Boom! We are recording. There. How about that? Okay. And let's start with our little recap. It's kind of a double recap. Okay. It is the 16th of January. The Second Inquisition has taken the anarch Emily Costas. Perhaps they have her imprisoned somewhere. Perhaps she was destroyed. The Nosferatu caught Agent Kim, a person of low involvement in the Second Inquisition's FBI task force. He was a gift to Baron Valentina, a hope that she could use him to find her missing Bruja hacker, and Baron Valentina delivered the agent into the hands of the Spines of the Cactus. Now, the Tzimisce Adriana is wearing Agent Kim's face, and the Spines used it to lure our Special Agent Baker and another agent who was acting as driver. It wasn't very difficult to capture Agent Baker and his driver, though the acting of Mila and Craig left something to be desired. Back in the van, with a host of hostages, the Spines were able to turn up the heat on their interrogations. First, they questioned the driver, a true believer, ready to fight and die to protect humanity from the monsters. There really wasn't much they could glean from him, but he did mention that Emily was in a box somewhere in the bunker. Dun dun dun. After putting him to sleep, the Spines woke Special Agent Baker. Baker looked up, saw that he had been captured, and crunched his cyanide capsule. From there, the Spines of the Cactus had to decide what to do. Jessica and Jack took Agent Jones to find the base where Emily was being held. The intention was for Jones to be dominated and drive them there. But neither Jack nor Jessica could escape the wrath of their beast, and in Jessica's haze, she saw a clear neon sign in the northern sky. Emily flashed green. She took her seat and started driving. Jack relieved her from the driver's seat after Jessica dodged an invisible truck and started driving through the desert. So now with Jack driving and Jessica navigating and a confused Agent Jones in the back seat, they made their way north to a small military outpost separate from Fort Bliss. When a guard post came into view, they stopped and turned around. Once back with the others, they had to decide what to do with Special Agent Baker's body and Agents Kim, Jerry, and Jones. We don't actually know Jerry's last name, but Jerry is how we've come to refer to him. Wiping their memories, they implanted new ones. Agent Kim lured Baker to the grimy dive bar. They got in a fight. Agent Kim accidentally killed Baker, which Jones witnessed and then arrested him for. So that is the situation for the agents. It is currently 3 a.m. There is still some time left to attempt Emily's rescue, but there is very little intel that you've received on the enemy. If you wait, despite the elaborate setup of Agent Kim, Garcia will no doubt know that his team has been compromised. They will increase security, and they might even move her. And outside of Emily's predicament, the Second Inquisition is likely to seek reinforcements to handle the blank body threat in El Paso. Things are about to get worse. And that's not even mentioning the potential for a cure that makes Kindred too weak to feed. And this is where we are. You guys are back in your van after staging the little situation where the agents, and now Jones is bringing Kim in. You could end your night here.
I just got
have
back
a few hours
with
left.
Jessica.
Yeah, and you and Jessica just got back. And since Janina isn't here, I did say that Jessica was feeling better, but no, we're going to take that back. She's not feeling better. She's playing with something that's just floating around her and giggling and poking at it. Yeah, she's kind of useless right now.
All right.
Hey,
so
really quickly. So right now, Jack has been gone with who else?
With Jessica. And with.
So were they gone when the decision was made to frame the agents?
No,
we were there
you guys,
for that.
Yeah, you guys have been back for probably an hour or so, and you set all that up.
Okay, so I'll say, like, I guess Hector. I'm sorry, I wasn't here for that session. This is something that Hector would have, like, this plan doesn't, the framing of an innocent man for him in this context, just it really bothers him. It doesn't sit
Yeah,
right, but he
Jack's
would have
not
gone
happy
along
with
with
it
it in
either,
this
but
conclusion.
something had,
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, let's just say if it was just Hector by himself, he wouldn't. This wouldn't be the path he would take.
Mhm.
But the group decided, and he's going to back it. But he's not happy with it.
Yeah, and you can tell Jack's not happy either. So you guys have that in common. Jack was
Cool.
like, this is something that I guess we have to do, but he is not happy,
Right.
and he
Yeah.
really wished he had an alternative.
Yeah, I took humanity rolls for it. I didn't lose any humanity,
Oh yeah, we need
luckily,
to.
but I was like,
Did
yeah,
we
I
do it
definitely got
already?
to roll
We
for
need
this.
to. We're starting you with 1 stain, so you should still have it written down. We didn't erase it last time, so that you're still starting with 1 stain.
Oh, I've got a stain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Usually you don't
okay.
start
So
a session with a stain, but we decided to.
is that a slash?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a slash in your humanity. So you've
So it's
picked
like
up
it'll
1 stain
recover.
already, and yeah, you recovered what we did last time, but then we wanted you to have to test it again, so we
Okay,
left.
got it.
So you're already.
All right, so I've got a slash.
Yeah, you're already feeling. You're remorseful, but you're also not over it yet.
Yeah, regardless of what happens, Jack's going to be profoundly depressed after this, possibly forever.
Yeah, or, you're dropping humanity. You might not be as depressed as you're afraid of.
Yes, exactly. So, all right, but okay,
So that's the situation. That's where you guys are. If you want to end your night, you certainly can. If you want to go try and get her out of there before security might boost up, you're welcome to do that too.
yeah, I relay everybody the location, explain that Jessica's not with it right now because her
And it's
her
been a long time, so
hallucinations
if
are
anyone
kicking
has
in.
any questions to help us reset the scene and the situation, ask away. And if we can't remember, we will just make up stuff.
So, like, did they? What did they see about the base? Like, it's just tiny. Was anything else noticed about it?
They didn't
Wasn't
see
a
very
singular
much.
structure?
No, you didn't even see a structure. Well, I mean, just you saw a guard post. So you don't know
Got
how
it.
big the base is. You don't know if it's just going to be one building or if it's actually a little base with a bunch of buildings. You don't know. You shied away as soon
Okay, I
as you
see.
saw, the guard post. You didn't
Yeah,
want to
because we
have
had
to
no way
deal
of
with
getting
that with
past
just the
that.
2 of you and with the guy in the back seat who was fully conscious but kept having his mind wiped every few minutes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I explained, like, we don't know, but it looks like an approximate area of where it is. We do know, regardless of what happens, that things are going to get a lot worse after this. And you guys know I, from the beginning, have been against trying to get her because I don't see a circumstance in which we have success. But if we are going to try to get her, it's now or never, I feel.
Well, they've
We gotta
already
try.
kind of.
Go ahead, somebody.
Oh no, I was gonna say. Well, there's a good chance they're already gonna assume that we're involved anyway. So I mean, might as well get Emily before.
Oh, for sure. They're gonna something. There's going to be more people sent. Security's going to be out, no matter what. However they interpret it. Um. However it happens. So, but I will say, if we do break into the base and then get her out, it's going to be the response will be even stronger. Because who knows if someone's broken into one of their facilities or not. say it's likely, but this would obviously be the first for El Paso.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that because obviously it's already open season on us. They broke into her lair and kidnapped her. Like, how much worse can we piss them off if they're doing that? They're hunting us down.
Well,
To me,
I'm
this
just
is
saying
Emily.
they'll
We
send
gotta go
even
get
more
her.
resources, but it's a fair point.
They do already know we're here, so
So do I take that to mean everybody wants to try to get her out?
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, what's going to be the plan? We have a location of a facility we've never seen, and we know that they have a lot of weapons that can very likely destroy us.
Do we know that?
Is that you, Seston, or was that Creed?
No, it wasn't me.
That's Craig. He's yeah, he's kind of
You
like.
know
Do they
that
have weapons?
that Agent Jones was and still is, because you guys returned everything, uh, uh, armed with a Rothfuss pistol, or is that
Okay, so
Yeah.
we did see
somebody
that.
was? So you anyway, you know that they are armed to kill you, but you don't
Yeah.
know how heavily. Like
God, I wish I could have
Agent
taken
Kim
that.
doesn't have one. You know, it's not something they gave to everybody. To the low level guys who don't even really know what's going on, they didn't give it. But they could have to soldiers, to security. You don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume that the base is likely being guarded with soldiers, and even if they don't have like special kinds of incendiary rounds, they could have just standard, assault rifles like M4s, and then change all the rounds for incendiary rounds, like tracing rounds. So I mean, we don't know, but it's El Paso, and the area is going to be pretty flat, so we're not exactly going to have a good approach.
Well, there
Try
is
to stealthily
we
infiltrate.
have we have bushes that are what, like 5 feet tall. It's not just open space.
Okay, that's helps a little.
I should have took a
I mean,
picture
if
of.
any,
Let me see if I can find one somewhere. I don't have very good internet. Lynn, you want to look for me? Find a picture of a El Paso desert, those huge ass bushes and mesquite trees,
Mhm.
and they're all full of sand because we get a lot of dust storms.
Hmm.
Oh, do you want me to text it to you or what? Or
Oh, I
can I
didn't
put it
even
in the
move you
thing?
guys to the recap. I just read it. My bad. No one said
You just put
anything.
in the Discord. Oh,
Well, I noticed it because I like to read it on my own because I'm
Yeah, you
not a
should have
very
said something.
auditory. No, but by the time I opened it, because I opened it a little bit late, it wasn't there, so I thought you already changed it, and I didn't want to bug you.
No, I moved me there. I didn't move you guys
Okay,
there.
hmm.
how do I put it in the Discord?
Just like
Upload.
you right click it, or if it's on your phone, long click it and download it onto
You
your
hit the
phone, and
plus
then
button, and then it's
on the
upload a
Discord.
file, or you
Yeah,
could like
yeah.
paste it.
Uh-huh.
But regardless of
And then of course she's
village
probably going to be
in El
showing you a
Paso,
daytime picture and his nighttime.
yeah,
True. But still, I have no idea what you're talking about, but we're good.
yeah. Regardless of the foliage of El Paso deserts, though, um,
Yeah. Anyway, it's not completely clear, and there's like little mini sand dunes inside all of these huge ass bushes because they've collected
okay.
sand for 100 years.
ideally, we would know something about the facility, but we don't. So, and it's what, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yes. 2. Wait, I don't remember. 3. It's 3 in the morning.
It's gonna take at least
And
an
it's
hour to
still
get back over there, so that'll put
Yeah,
us at
it
4.
takes like 40 minutes to get to where you guys were, and then 40 minutes to get home. So call that an hour and a half. So you have like an hour and a half of comfortably being there, as you know, and anything you push past that will start eating into your, eating into your trip home.
Well, what if is there any way we could get like a good target to just leave a bloodstone on, and then kind of just let it go for the night, or is it like now or never? Like if we have a bloodstone, maybe we can wait for some time to pass and then go after them again.
I mean, all we're gonna know is the general location of the base, which we already know sort of where it is. That won't give us any more specifics on, how it is, like the setup of it.
Like a vehicle to leave a stone on.
No, but I'm saying even if we put it in a vehicle, great, we'll know where the base is. We already know where the base is. It won't gain us any more
Okay.
intelligence. I mean, if we're wanting to get her, she's going to be there, and it has to be now because otherwise they're going to move her. Unless we have a way of thinking that we can somehow track where they'll move her and then reach wherever they move her.
The thing is that they're probably using the same security on, like, there's people that show up to work every day to do security. So if we manage to put it on one of the cars outside, right, like that person's unless they're moving into another base and that person continues to work at this base.
Yeah.
So that's your concern, is they're moving into another facility and this one keeps running.
Yes. It's my belief that they're going to realize there's risk. They're going to bait somebody that they have there out. They're probably going to get them removed from the area to some more secure location.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it doesn't hurt to put the bloodstone on one of the vehicles just in case, but
Yeah.
I agree. I
Independent
think
of that, it's
we
good
just
to
gotta
have.
go in. Yeah. An hour and a half doesn't leave us much time. I was thinking we could pick somebody off, like we could wait for somebody to leave or something like that, and pick them off and grab them, and then glamour them, or what's her name can morph into them. But we don't have a lot of time to get that done.
No, it's the middle of the night too. What are the odds someone's going to leave base in the middle of the night? It's probably going to only come during the shift change,
Yeah.
in the morning. So the
Yep.
odds of someone heading out are low. If we just wait for that, even if we catch them, it's probably going to burn time if we're lucky. So, with the human assets we have, I don't see how we could reliably send them in with any expectation of some kind of success. We can't give them a complicated command like, come up with a justification of why you need to come into the base, go into the base, find where she's located, get her. Like, we can't give them a complicated plan. And the best we have.
No, we'd have to send in the Toreador lady as one of them.
Yeah, Adriana.
Dimitri,
We could try to send her in as him, but there's already so much stuff with him.
Don't they have those goggles or whatever that help them know when it's not a human?
Yeah, you got to watch out for that too. And they could have them, instead of the handheld version that looks like a movie camera, they might even have just adjusted all of their regular security cameras to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they had, something at the checkpoint or something on the base itself. It's like, more industrial scale to survey the surrounding area. I mean, and certainly they're going to have guards with, rifles. Not certainly, but likely guarding the horizon, trying to make sure no one's coming up on the approach. As much as I want to, as much as I would want to infiltrate, using our manipulation and, trickery, sort of like, as much as I would like to do the spy option, I feel like our only actual way is just a straight infiltration of like us sneaking in and getting her out physically. Maybe
What
trick
if
away, but to me, I feel like that's the only way that we could do it. And we don't even.
I,
I mean,
I agree.
we'd have to start now.
what about a distraction? Like maybe I don't know, explosives, or we have Kim's phone call in something that might
You don't
draw
have Kim's
them
phone.
out to somewhere. Oh, we don't. Oh, okay.
You guys returned
No, we've already
everything.
cut them loose.
If you
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
anything, then it would have been absolute proof that something had happened. And they are pretty sure, or they will be pretty sure, most likely that
Yeah,
it didn't
I
go
mean,
down the way they remember it going down. But that there would be absolute proof if anything was missing.
I mean, at
yeah,
this point, they were shouting out our names. Like they recognized who we were. They knew who we were. Like, so to me, this like I just don't know what we're really risking at this point. Like we don't need to call attention to ourselves. They already know who we are.
yeah.
So fuck 'em. We need to get Emily and then start thinking about like I don't know, like straight up preparing for real war with these people.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Getting Emily is the only way I see us getting her is we have to actually
No, I agree.
stealthily
I
approach
mean,
the base and then physically sneak in. Maybe
yeah,
not all of
like
us, but
incapacitate, like on some straight up like Rambo types, like incapacitate all the base people like one by one. Avoid the cameras. I think that's what we need to do.
yeah. I mean, Mila, obviously, you being able to go invisible should be able to help. The cameras can negate that, but hopefully, it's not so extensive that you're not able to work around it. Um,
Right.
my main worry is I don't see how we can logically, or not logically, but safely approach via vehicle, like through the checkpoint. I don't see us being able to get through that without ending up in a shootout and dying. Um, so I feel like we'd have to approach through the wilderness. Um, Obviously, I'd like you to scout ahead in your canine form, since you're less suspicious.
I mean, less being the operative word.
Yeah.
Jessica looks at
Also,
Krieg and then just squeals, "Puppy!" and runs over and starts petting Craig's head.
So this is what it feels like.
After
and then there's
a
the
minute,
thing with Jessica.
then she's back to plucking at things in the air.
Let's just head over there. We at the very least we set up outside and look for where our opening is.
Yeah. Okay. Just everybody, please just promise me this: that if we scout and we determine that there's no way that we can safely get in, that we'll back down, because if we hit it head on, we won't succeed.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to be able to safely get in there. It's just a matter of how unsafe, how much of a risk we're taking. That's pretty much what this comes down to.
Fair. I guess what I'm saying is if there's 100% chance of not being able to get to infiltrate, but
Yeah, if
who
it's
cares? We
failure
won't
for
know until
sure,
we
then
reach
yeah,
that point.
right.
All right. So I'll get in. Did we all arrive in one vehicle?
I don't know. Sure.
I guess we'd get in the van.
Okay.
So the question is,
Wait, but it's a surveillance van, right?
Yes. It is a
yeah,
surveillance van.
How far is its range?
What do you mean? You got to do stuff. It doesn't
Yeah,
just
we got drones and
automatically
shit.
look
Too.
at things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I could fly drones.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of that. I'm just wondering how much time. I mean, the drones will be pretty quick. That's airborne.
Mm-hmm.
That could give us a good idea. So, Is there a place where we could get nearby, like the area, without going like down the road, if that makes sense?
You can move out into the desert.
Can we do like sort of like a semi-normal approach and then peel off road? You know, a good
Mm-hmm.
bit before we would have gotten to the guardhouse.
Yep, you can try.
Does that sound good with everybody?
Yeah, that works.
Okay then.
Okay, so you
So,
guys start your way out there.
yep.
Okay, takes it takes a little bit of time. You get to the place where you make your right turn, and on the left side is the federal prison. And then you make your turn, and you go a couple of miles down this way, and you're a few hundred yards before you're going to see the guard tower when you stop. Because you're familiar
Few
with
hundred
this.
yards.
Yeah, unless you want to be farther or closer.
That's like, so it's not visible though.
It's not visible yet. No, you're
Okay,
a
yeah.
few hundred
Peel
yards
off.
before it's going to be visible. You know where it's visible.
Okay. Oh,
That's where you immediately stopped and turned around last time.
got it. Well, yeah. Then let's peel off and head off road and sort of run perpendicular with that.
Okay.
A good, I don't know, 5 minutes, sort of running diagonal to the base.
Do you leave the lights on the van?
Uh, no.
Okay, then maybe Craig should drive.
That is a fair point.
Okay.
You see in the dark, so
Yeah, so he'll turn on his
It's also not an off-road vehicle, so you've got. I'm gonna have you make a driving check to see if you get stuck.
it's fairly flat though, right?
Yeah. There's
I
a
mean, but
lot
Craig's
of
dexterity is not the best.
Well, it's not
That's a good
no,
point.
it's not the best at all, but it's not dexterity where you do a certain wits.
Oh, okay. All right, so,
So
I guess he'll
yeah,
start.
wits and drive, and we'll see how well you do.
All right. Want me to roll that now, or?
Yep. With 3 successes, you don't get stuck at all, and you have absolute freedom.
Is there any way that I could help him?
Well, I mean, you can't see shit, so not really.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, let me roll it.
You can rouse the blood to increase the roll if you want.
Oh, I didn't even see what I got. Did it
Well,
go through?
you do it before you roll anyway.
Oh, it didn't go through. All right, so you want me to try again?
Yeah, did it not work? Let me click somebody's.
I
Hold
rolled.
on, let me just do a test roll with mine to see if it's not working for everybody. I just did a roll and it's frozen.
All right, let me go fix it real quick. Do.
Yeah. Don't want to.
I checked it before we at 4 o'clock, like 4 hours ago,
Mm.
and it was fine.
Man, one of
I
that.
really
If
expected
this,
I would have to reset it because I usually do.
Boy, that suck if this all gets shut down right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We've got as good logistics as the Russians.
Don't jinx it.
Restart API sandbox. We'll see if it kicks you guys out or what the hell. Do it? You didn't do it yet. Okay. All right, see if it works now. If it doesn't, then we'll just roll it manually. And I'll play with it later.
One of them just popped in. Was that a new roll, Krieg, or was that your old one?
That's the one I just did right now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
the old ones are gonna come up. So what's it say? How'd you do?
Well,
I'm not in there yet.
0.
successes.
0? Yeah. Okay. How many black failures do you have? Because you can re-roll them up to 3 with a willpower.
1 black normal. It just said the 3 was black. Wait, I rolled. Wasn't the wit supposed to be 3?
And
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're okay. Oh, how do I re-roll them with willpower? It's been a while.
Yeah, you rolled 3 dice, and you only have 1 that you could re-roll because you can't re-roll your hunger dice.
Oh.
So.
Okay, so 1 re-roll.
Did you just re-roll?
I think that did it wrong because.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put re-roll.
Okay, so we will keep the black die that re-rolled because that's the one you're re-rolling. So now you have 1 success. You need to mark off one of your, put a slash through one of your willpowers on your character sheet.
All right.
Okay, so you have 1 success now. So he takes you guys off the road, away from the road enough that anyone coming up the road isn't going to see the van unless they stop and really look for it. But that's pretty much all he's got. And it's stuck. Maybe you guys can unstick it. There's plenty of you here, and Hector is buff as shit. So you guys could probably unstick it, at least to escape later. Or you can unstick it now and continue if you want. But it is off the road, and it won't be noticed unless someone is actually looking for it.
Let's pull it out of the dirt now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that regardless.
We're probably gonna have to hightail it out of here.
Let's have Hector do that as much as he can, and we'll add 1 extra die for everybody that helps.
I'll help.
I'll help. I'm not very buff, but
I think
Can,
you don't need to roll. I think that really LaFleur
Can Michael help too?
could free it up without superhuman powers. So yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. So you guys can either continue now, or you can, leave the van here where it's safely off, away from the road, and you'll be able to get in it and leave.
Why don't I use the drones at this point?
Okay.
Could you use the drone while we continue to drive?
Oh, I thought we were like right outside, and we wouldn't. I thought we were right outside.
You're
like
a couple
few yards
football
away.
fields away from the guard post.
Yeah, to me, this is where we'd want to deploy the drones and not come any closer, right?
Probably.
I think it's not a bad spot to deploy the drone.
Cool. And then I think Sestonn, these are the low noise and all that, right? So it's safe to assume if they're surveillance drones, they're meant to be not easily detectable.
They're about
Not supposed to be like a racing
they're
drone.
probably like a $20,000 surveillance drone.
That's pretty good.
They're not like $1 million CIA surveillance drone, but they're still something that you would have to get special ordered. You can't just go to Best Buy and get one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. As long as you fly high, it should be diminished noise. Hopefully they won't notice.
Okay. So Hector deploys the drones, has them on since we're in the dark, he'll throw it on night vision mode.
Yep.
And then as necessary, you'll switch over to thermal imaging.
Okay. So as you you follow up the road, you do find that little guard post that Jack and Jessica were talking about, and there are 2 guards there, and
And by the way, everything you're saying now, Sestonn, I'm like calling out to them while I'm observing it.
Sounds good. Okay, so yeah, there are 2 guards at that guard outpost. They look kind of bored. like there hasn't been like traffic going in and out all night. There's, maybe they've seen a couple of cars in the last few hours, so yeah, they look pretty bored. Then you
So are
keep
they
on.
not paying? Are they not very alert? Then
They're
they're
not.
not really
They're not
paying
very
attention
alert.
to
No,
this one.
no. Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, maybe something can snap their attention back up to full levels. But at this point, they're not very alert. No. And
Now,
then
let me ask you. I'm sorry. Let me ask you this question real fast. Does it look like? Does it look like I could get to the base of that guard tower undetected potentially?
it's
Keeping in
definitely
mind also
possible.
that I have
It's
the ability.
definitely possible. Mila should be able to get there without them noticing.
Okay, well, because I'm just thinking, because I have soaring leap, so if I could get to the
Oh.
base of that guard tower, I
How
don't
far
have
do
to
you
go
jump
into
with
regular.
that? Like 50
Uh,
feet or something? I don't
Let me
remember.
see.
I know it's more the
Oh, it's good.
more potence you have. What's your potence at now? 2 or 3?
Let's see. Potence is 2.
Okay. A number of meters equal
Soaring
to
leap.
3 times their potence vertically and 5 times their potence horizontally. So that is 10. You can jump about 30 feet horizontally right now.
30 feet horizontally. No, but I need to go vertically.
No, you
So
don't. They're
3
not up.
times 2.
They're not that high. It's not high. It's just a
Okay.
little guard shack on the road. They're not like up in a hidey thing with rifles. They are on the road, letting people in and out of the base.
Okay. So that is the actual entrance to the base where they're at.
Yes.
And they're not up in a guard tower then,
No, they're not up in a guard tower. Not here. There might be, somewhere inside the base more, but not right here. Right here, they're just on the side of the road, being like, checking people's ID to come inside, or maybe they even have a thing to make sure vampires don't come. You don't know.
Is there a cover over the compound or is it open air?
There is a little cover that goes across the road.
But like the base itself is not covered.
No.
Right? Like if I fly the drone over, I can see.
The base is not covered. So there's a cover going across the road to basically put shade on it in the summer. And then it's open, and there's going to be, you haven't got to them yet, but there's going to be several buildings themselves inside past the guard post.
So other than the break in the guard post, like I guess the compound is surrounded by a wall.
No, not right now. It is surrounded by a barbed wire fence.
And how tall is that fence? Like, can I jump it with my soaring leap?
Yeah, it's like 4 feet high.
Oh yeah, so I could definitely hop that.
Yeah. It's not like they're
4 feet
going out of their way to keep people out. Not yet. Not at the point that you're seeing right now.
Okay. So I could just avoid those guards altogether. Cool.
Yeah.
See. Okay.
So
Hector, how far is this fence out from the main? Like, how far does this fence perimeter extend from the main facility? Is it close in or is it far out?
You haven't seen a main facility yet.
Okay.
So
the fence is far out.
Yeah, the fence is. It's just inside the inside where the guard post is. Like you had passed by the guard post, and then there's this little fence going around. Okay,
understood. So that's just for the guard post. My mistake.
And then so you fly over, and you start seeing buildings, and there's let's see, I'm going to roll 1 die, and there is that many buildings. So if there's only one building, it'll be really easy for you guys to not fuck up what building to go to. One building.
Let's go.
Okay. So, yep, there's just one building. It's not even a horribly big building. It has parking spaces for about 40 cars, and there's about 12 cars parked in it. There are also, in addition, on the back of it, there are 3 military Humvee jeeps. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
and you just have this one building to scout out. I mean, you scout out the area around it, and no, there's just this one building. It's got an entrance on all 4 sides of it, or at least
Hector, are you
at
able to
least it
see
has
in
an exit.
detail?
It has an entrance in the front and the back, but there are, exit doors, emergency exit
Hmm.
doors on from all
Hector, are
sides. So
you able
there
to
is a
see
way
in
to get.
detail with the drone any cameras or like lookout towers or anything?
Okay, so there are guard towers. Uh, there's a guard tower on each side of it, but you don't see like any spotlights running or anything like they do over by the prison.
Hmm.
Let me run
They might
thermal over
they
those
might
guard
have
towers to
spotlights,
see
but
if
they're not on and running. Run the
I
thermal
run
image
the
over.
thermal.
There
Yeah, to see
is
if
one person in each of those 2 towers.
okay.
And there's
From the
also
with
a
the night
bridge
vision.
going to the tower from the building. So a couple of, they could be inside and would be able to get into the tower pretty quick.
Hmm. So they're
Um,
technically integrated into the structure of the main building.
Yes.
So it's not just like a wooden tower set up like on the perimeter
No, this is
with a ladder.
these are permanent guard structures attached to a permanent building.
Got it.
can I detect any cameras in those guard towers or
Okay.
around the compound?
Make me fuck, I don't know. An intelligence and awareness roll, and we're going to give you just make me an intelligence awareness roll.
Okay. 1 second. Intelligence. Wait, hold on. Let's go to it. Awareness with intelligence. All right.
2 successes. You do have 2 black failures if you want to re-roll them, but with 2 successes, you are
Yeah,
seeing security cameras.
but I can tell where they are. Like I know where they are.
I mean, with 2 successes, you don't feel confident that you spotted all of them, but
Gotcha.
there are cameras, and there are quite a few cameras.
I'll use a reroll.
Okay. Don't do the 8
Oh,
because you only have the 5 and the 2 that you're re-rolling. So the 9 and the 4. So you have 3. You are seeing. There's about a dozen cameras facing the front of the building, about 6 cameras or so facing the back of the building. There's a camera on all 4 corners of each of the 2 towers. And yeah, that's good enough. That's what you notice.
that is a lot of cameras.
That's a fuckload of cameras.
Um, about the towers themselves, does it look like are they the tower are they open air? Like so
No.
like the tower I'm assuming that there's probably guards with rifles who are like there need to be able to shoot out. Like, are we able to tell if it's bulletproof windows or if it's just open?
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's open.
Okay. You know, I'm just I know we haven't gotten closer yet, but with all of the cameras around the different parts of the building, to me, the best avenue of infiltration actually seems to be through one of the guard towers themselves. Just my gut instinct.
Are they too high up for me to jump there up there, Sestonn?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
probably.
right. Because they got to be more than 6 meters. I think I only get 6 meters vertical.
Yeah. I mean, you could jump halfway, climb up the rest.
I can do that.
There are not like ladders or stairs coming down. The intention is for you to enter the towers from the building. But you can climb your way up there, especially you with your strength, with your potence.
I'm just thinking
some of
about
the
it from
weaker
a camera
members of your team
perspective.
might have a little trouble climbing up there.
Do we have any rope inside the van?
Sure.
We don't really have a way to disable those cameras other than shooting them, which is obviously not a stealthy approach.
Right.
Hector's going to turn to Bright and ask him, "Hey, got any bright ideas?" Smirk.
He doesn't chuckle like Sestonn chuckles. He has no sense of humor or personality.
Right, I imagine. I do say it in a friendly way, though, saying that I'm not trying to play him out.
I don't disagree that the tower might be the easiest access.
The problem is the second that we go up, getting close to them. I mean, there's cameras pointed out from each one of them, so you're looking at 4 cameras. I don't know how are we avoiding these cameras.
Well, if we do shoot them out, then at least there's no guarantee it was one of us. They don't have any like records of us. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll think it was just some other organization.
Oh, I don't give look. I don't give a shit about whether they figure out that we got Emily. We got her back. The problem is getting to her in the first place. The second we alert somebody, then it's a fight.
Yeah, if using firearms, because as soon as a gunshot goes off, they're going to go into high alert. In worst case scenario, we're going to be running in the desert from 3 Humvees, and we're all going to die.
Oh, by the way, the
Right.
building is 3 stories tall, and you have no idea how deep.
That's comforting.
There's not a fence around the building itself, is there? Like the compound, the main one?
Not closely, but there's, the fence that started at the guard post, it goes all the way around.
Okay. Understood.
So it's covering a couple of square miles of fence of land.
Based on camera placement,
But it's also not much of a fence either. It's mostly like to keep out cows. Stupid ass teenagers.
Would Craig and like Wolfform be able to like dig underneath the fence?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes.
Know how deep it goes. Okay.
I mean,
shit! I can throw you over the fence.
Leap over it.
You can jump over the fence. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. But I'm just looking at options.
It's not a fence to keep out wolves and dogs. It's like more of a fence to keep out cows. It's not a very impressive fence.
Again, I'm looking back at at Bright. Like, you're the master strategist. How what do you think? You're a security expert. How are we getting in here? What's our best plan?
I think your best plan is to send Mila, and he points at Mila.
Mm-hmm.
And then just
have her avoid the cameras.
Sit back and shut up, and if everything goes to hell, go in hard. That might not be the best situation for your team, but I think that might be your best chance for success.
He's got a point. It's Mila. You just have to avoid the cameras. You'll be able to see ahead what their line of sight's going to be.
Right.
Do you have any way?
Do we still have
you don't
the
have
walkie
any
device?
Huh?
We still have like the communicate like the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, there are walkie-talkies that are part of the truck, part of your van.
I have
you guys, well, not walkie-talkies, but you guys have like earbud radios and stuff.
Oh, can't like Hector guide her while she sneaks over there, like from a bird's eye view?
Yeah, except he won't know where she is. But yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Guide you a lot easier.
Outside like a side question, I guess. Out
Okay.
of character. There you go. Out of character question. Myra can learn the thing where she doesn't show up on cameras. Was there a time frame where she would have realized, like, hey, I need that, and she can learn it, or it doesn't like work that way?
It needs to be something that you try to learn.
I guess what she's saying is that she has the points to buy it, and she'd like to
Okay.
get the skill now. But is that
Would it
something you would allow?
make sense that she would have done it or not? I guess. Knowing that she would need it, has there been enough time where she could have practiced and
I
learned it,
think
and it makes
most
sense?
likely she'll want to learn it after tonight. The
Well, yeah,
argument
for
is
sure.
whether or not we think that she would have learned it before tonight.
Could
Yes.
she attempt a
Like-
roll to try to see if she could try it and get it to work?
This second that we realized that hey, there was gonna be cameras and technology, and when they might be able to catch you, and
It's
she knows
not
she
that
can learn it.
it's not that quick. You need
Mhm.
to
Okay.
feed on like a certain number of people for a certain amount of time with the
Okay.
that are under the right, what was the word? I don't know, like the personality that they are. We haven't even really been doing that, but that's how you grow your
Okay.
disciplines.
So it wouldn't have been something that she could have
Only if
learned.
it's something that you think she would have been working on for the last couple of months. So,
How long has
Jack
Emily been taking?
suggested we can make a die roll. I'll give you a 1 in 3, or a little better than
Okay.
1 in 3. If you roll
That's right.
7, 8, 9, or 10 on one die, then you can buy it now. Right? You could have bought it like last week.
Okay.
So just roll
What do
one
I
die.
roll?
If you roll a 7 or
Roll
higher,
a-
then I'll allow you to purchase it for this, which will make this
Roll a
entire thing a
D10.
whole lot easier. Yep.
So 7, 8, 9, or 10? Well, no, it doesn't
40%.
matter.
Hey,
Did
you
it go?
The first roll was a 3.
Nah. We'll give it to you anyway.
I can
Nice DM.
Yeah. She rolled
well,
twice. The second one was good. So I don't.
I couldn't tell. I didn't know if it went through because I was on my character screen and you can't see. There you go. Now I have it.
Why don't you just do it one more time?
Oh.
That's 2 out of 3.
In my defense, in Lynn's defense, I have been meaning to ask this question for like the last
Well, I
maybe
mean, you
4.
rolled a 9, but you did it with 2 dice, so no, you didn't get it.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Anyways, yeah, so that's okay.
Okay, what were you
But
saying?
I said that I have been meaning to ask for maybe like the last 3 to 4 sessions because something happened where I was like, damn, she should know it. But I don't think in game it's been very long because we've been in the same like night
yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, we've been in the
Yeah.
same night for a while.
I think it's been the same night. I don't
Okay,
think
well,
there's been like.
I think even if you guys turn around and go home now, because there's a fuckload of security cameras, she can learn it for the next story. But if you
Yeah.
go and you get caught by security cameras, you can definitely learn it for the next story. Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely realizes it's of value at this point, but I just wanted to make sure there wasn't enough time for her to have.
Well, we let you
Okay.
have.
I'm just making.
I even let you try again. Okay.
You did. So yeah, she doesn't know it yet.
No.
Oh darn.
I mean, my suggestion to everybody else is to get ready to roll because, like, I have the silence of death, so at least I can go in silent, and rapid reflexes could help me avoid even fleetness could help me avoid like cameras and shit like that.
And it'll
Creed could go
definitely
to
help you avoid bullets when you don't have any cover. That's
Yeah.
the point of it.
Yeah, and then you got Craig as a wolf, and right assassin. So I mean, we've got ability to reinforce her pretty quickly if shit goes sideways.
Yeah. Getting a lot of audio feedback from you,
From somebody.
Emily.
I'm like motorcycle racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on my end. Yeah.
Oh, it died out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how
But,
all of a sudden there were motorcycle racing.
Yeah, like what?
Huh. Okay then. So we have an idea. It's a single compound. It might be best to infiltrate through the tower. I mean, we don't have any. Do we have any alternative means of disabling those cameras other than shooting them, which is a non-option?
Let's see. Since we never really went over all the equipment in your surveillance van,
EMP.
yeah, if somebody
Oof.
rolls a 10 on a die, then we'll have some kind of a EMP charge.
Or like a jammer?
Yeah.
It's a
A
D10,
jammer
right?
is not as severe as an EMP. No, straight
it would
EMP
be
would
an
knock out
EMP.
all the electronics.
It would be an EMP, and its purpose would be this. Jimmy
I
rolled
mean-
for you. You got a 1. You have the opposite of an EMP.
Yeah. So
Sirius just made a roll 2 and got a 2. So combined, you guys don't make 10. So
I mean,
no,
I
you
was
guys
about
have
to
the
say,
opposite
like-
of an EMP. You got a big ass
Yeah, I was a-
neon sign outside.
I was
that says
about to say,
vampires
like-
with an arrow pointing down at the
I was gonna say we have a horn. The vehicle horn says does
Yeah.
la cucaracha. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, but like, I don't think
For you?
EMPs are something that someone can just buy. I'm pretty sure that's like pretty like intense military technology.
Yeah.
That's why I
But-
I mean,
gave
no,
a
you could build
10%
like
chance
somebody
that
that
he
knows how
would've-
to build
he
it.
would've
Yeah.
put it. And he would have put it. It would have been for
Oh.
a situation like this, so that you could
Uh.
get past security cameras, especially on a place where they can even check if you're not a
Fair.
person. But no, I guess he didn't have
Um.
the extra $3 million for that.
Yeah. Oh
Depot.
shoot! Did I bring my rifle? I bet I didn't. I bet I didn't bring anything. I bet
Michael
I've just
Bright
got my
pulls the
handgun.
second rifle out of his butt and hands it to you.
Oh shoot! Nice.
Deadpool.
This
That's
is my backup rifle.
Yeah. I don't plan on using it, but it's good to have.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Yeah.
Mila's gonna sneak over there as an invisible person. Craig's gonna sneak over there as a wolf. Hector's gonna sneak over there as a silent guy. Is that the plan?
I mean,
Jessica's in the back of the van poking butterflies.
Hector, Mila, do you both want to infiltrate together?
Yeah, also, yeah, that's fine, but also,
Can they get there?
these are all humans, am I wrong? We think?
They should be.
So my daggers are instantly knock out humans, so I can literally just go around and poke everybody.
So what if you led the way and then Hector like sort of follows behind you?
Yeah. I forgot about that till right now. Yeah, that would work.
So-
And I can sneak up and kind of just give them a poke and knock them out. And we should
Okay.
be able to.
Well, now
So
I've got
what-
a question. So
Mhm.
let's say you guys are able to avoid the camera's line of sight and you get in through one of the towers. What if as soon
Mhm.
as you get inside there's interior cameras that cover like the entrance inside? What then?
Oh.
There's almost surely cameras inside.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We might just be like
Maybe
in
we should
this
just
thing.
drive the van up, kick in the door, and go in and kill everybody. Bright says.
Who says that, Bright?
I think that was
Yeah.
Sestonn who says that.
No, Bright
Oh.
says that.
Oh, Bright actually says that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
wow.
I mean, here's
Go in, hit hard,
here's
act
the thing.
fast, get her out, leave.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize. Like, I don't think we're gonna be able to avoid those cameras. Like, if somebody's actively looking, we're not gonna be able to avoid them. So that's our best bet is to just quickly knock everybody out one by one, and
And
just try to, as
I can
swiftly as
put
possible before they realize it.
You have to be
I can
fast
put blood
'cause
on all
if they're equipped to fight, to fight Kindred, then they're within minutes they're going to be armed to do so, but they probably won't be immediately. So you have to be fast, real fast. But that might be the plan.
Yeah.
Rolling
And
the
I
van right up though might be a problem. Like it's better, I think, to still. I don't know. Once they get knocked out, they knocked out, right? So we rolled it. Wait, would you? Maybe we came out of the shadows, attacked the guys at the gate super fast, like knock them out. That might draw less attention than a van coming in from the outside, which whoever's on the camera would probably immediately be looking for that, right? Or does it not make a difference? Yeah.
What if we forget the guys at the gate for a second? Leave them.
And just hop the fence.
Yeah, like hop the fence. I mean, how far out do we think these guys at the lookout towers can see? Because I don't see us avoiding them
Well, I mean,
detecting.
if they're just using human vision, they can't see shit. So they're probably not just using human vision.
Yeah, they've probably got night vision, which means they'll be able to see us approaching pretty easily.
No, but they're also
think.
not really paying. They're like
they may
around.
not. They may be just as bored as the guards at the guard shack.
Quite the
I like
assumption.
the idea
though.
of avoiding the front gate.
I feel like
go into the guard tower.
Mila should go in at first by herself, take out the first guard tower person. Then that sort of clears the way for the rest of us to follow up, if that makes sense, from the side that guard tower was cleared from.
And then scale the tower and go in through the door there.
Yeah, and then from there we just have to transition to just a quick tactical take them out.
We won't have an exit covered that we could just easily run from. Although I guess most of you guys can just jump out of the tower and not die.
I mean, we can bail down the tower. I mean, if we're lucky,
my point is, if we get overwhelmed, going in hard from the tower, we don't have as easily an escape as if we had someone covering the front door.
I mean, that being said, if things go like full hot and we're having to escape under fire, then I feel like we'd probably be busting out the back door anyway, like from the ground floor anyway. You know, at that point, what's the point in leaving through the tower?
Okay. Yeah. But if we had gone in through the front door, we could be holding it as a tactical position for escape.
Yeah.
Look, that front door to me is kind of like a fault. Like we shouldn't even do anything with that front gate because there's a 4-foot fence surrounding the rest of the property. We don't have to leave that way. You know,
I think he's talking about the front door for the building itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the building, not the guard post is actually far enough away from the building that it is entirely possible to not even bother those guys.
Yeah.
I like the guard tower idea because the fact that this is all open air like this and they're not even it tells me that they have that, and I see the cameras, right? They have that covered 360. They're expecting somebody to potentially try to bust in that way. To me, you go into the guard tower, they're not expecting somebody to come down the guard tower tunnel and fuck them up.
Right.
Yeah. Look, why don't we send Mila in first, have her scale the guard tower, take out the guard person up front, then we send some other people to follow up, and then so Hector, obviously, I'm assuming Krieg, I can, or I can stay back and try to be ready to cover, an escape, because we may need somebody to provide fire support as you guys book it, keep them from shooting at you. So I don't know if you'd want to take care of that instead, or if you'd want to go in with Krieg, assuming Krieg went in.
What do you think, Bright? You up for some lone wolf type shit?
I don't know. Where do you think is the best place for me? I'll do what you suggest.
I'm ready to see these assassin skills, man.
It's not easy for me to climb the tower and enter.
In that case, why don't you hang back?
If we lower a rope down, I don't have any problem with that at all. But if I have to actually climb up the wall, that.
I'll ask you, Hector. I'll ask you
I
this:
can lay
Who would you
across the
prefer
top
to
of the
be,
van and maybe get a sniper.
Hector? Who would you prefer to be with you guys, and then who would you prefer to cover? Either I can stay back and cover with the rifle that Michael gave me, and then he can come with you guys, or the reverse.
I like the idea of having a human with us just in case, like that might throw them off. You know what I mean? They're looking, especially if they start looking for us, like specifically with their technology.
Right.
That guy kind of flanking
Okay.
unexpected might help.
Sounds
All
good.
right then.
Switch rifles
I'll
with me.
take. Yeah.
He offers you the
All
sniper
right.
rifle.
Ooh, cool. What kind of rifle is it? Okay, you don't have to say that
Sniper
unless you know
rifle.
offhand. Sniper. Yeah. Um. All right then. So I'll follow the rest of the group, and then when you guys infiltrate, I'll find a good spot to lie in wait.
All right, and Jessica stays in the car.
If you all have
Yeah.
any like blades, like knives or daggers or anything, I can put poison on them so that way you have them to knock people out if needed.
How long does it last?
That is an amazing idea.
It just takes me like a minute per blade.
How long does it stay poisoned?
I want to say it's the same.
Bright
It
offers
says,
you his knife.
but I'll open it up. Okay, so I'll
He's
start
got a
doing
tactical
that.
knife.
Okay.
Scorpion. It's Scorpion Touch, right?
Yeah.
Hector has the pop out blade as well, right? On his hand, on his
Yeah.
half missing hand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll offer her the blade on my.
On your own your old punching hand. This is my
Yeah,
punching blade.
that's the one.
Oh, I just put poison blade.
Yeah. It says the poison remains potent for one scene.
Okay, that'll cover this.
Okay. And I believe it's that it takes about a minute.
Yeah, well, you have to make
Yeah,
a
it says a
rouse check
minute.
for each one.
I do?
I think so. You're putting your blood on it. I assume you do.
I didn't. Okay. Well, we'll
That's
start with there.
Let's see.
I'll double check it while you're doing that.
Blood sorcery.
Save me for last because honestly, with
Uh,
prowess on, I'm knocking
Touch.
motherfuckers out. Like
It says one or more rouse checks, which implies that you do one for each
use.
each like
Each
application.
Yep.
save me for last. Like if you catch too much hunger or whatever, then like I said, I don't really need it. I can knock people out with punches.
Remember, you've also got to go invisible too. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Okay. We'll see what happens. Here's for mine.
What's your
Oh,
hunger
crap.
at already?
I might.
Yeah, forget
You're at
about
one?
me. I don't need it.
I'm already at 3 hunger, so if I get a fourth hunger going invisible, then
Okay.
that would suck.
oh wait, was that for Scorpion's touch?
Yeah. Okay, so you're just gonna do your own
Right.
then?
Yeah.
Okay, Bright puts his knife back.
Okay.
You could feed from me, but I think it'll take me out of the fight. I might have more benefit fresh.
Yeah. And I don't think I have any blood bags on me, right? Because
Good.
I ran short, and we haven't gotten more, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been carrying it. So. All right. Well, I got mine poisoned anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Make your invisible roll. Make your rouse for turning invisible. And Craig, if you're gonna make a rouse for turning into wolf, or if you, I don't know, maybe you're gonna wait to do that. I don't know.
Very
Yeah,
Because
hungry.
like I was thinking, can he climb that tower in a wolf form?
No,
I can jump.
you can't jump
no,
three
let's see.
stories up either as in a wolf form. No. You
Yeah,
can
you
jump
Oh, what?
over
He's
that
not a
4
Twilight
over
meters.
that 4-foot fence.
Yeah, 3 meters you can jump.
Yeah. Okay, so Mila's hungry. You can
Very
feed off
hungry.
of one of these guys if you want. You don't have to feed from a human. Let me see what.
Oh, no, because my thing is if I feed off of a kindred, it's
Yup.
really hard to.
Yup.
And if I'm that
Oh, and
hungry, it's
everybody
probably.
fucking knows that.
Hey,
So I was gonna check to
m-
see if maybe Adriana would offer to feed because she's not going. She's gonna sit in the car too. Um,
wait,
she's gonna
why
sit in
doesn't
the
she
car.
like? Why isn't she simultaneously walking in as one of the agents, the one that's not in suspicion?
She could. That was never part of the plan. She could.
We should simultaneously have her up at the
She
front
could.
gate because that, what, like,
She could have taken over Baker's face. That was a way they were considering to begin with. But she doesn't know anything of his personality. All he
yeah,
did
but all
was
she's
wake
got to
up and
do
kill
is,
himself. She knows a little bit about Jones, so she could try to take Jones's place.
or we could say, yeah, you don't want the two that were involved in the incident that's gonna be like everybody's gonna know about, right? Like Kim kills
Yep.
Baker, so it's got to be Jones. Jones is the one that has it's that we made have nothing to do with it, right?
Well, Jones
I
is
mean,
arresting Kim.
what is the tactical benefit of having her disguise talking to the guys at the guard post?
So she
Or she
rolls
could
up,
go in through the front
says,
door,
you know,
maybe.
it's like, hey, I'm here to, you know, whatever. She could be saying, hey, I'm here to see the prisoner, or whatever, right? I'm on special orders to see the prisoner, whatever it is, right? But she's a distraction as well, because then whoever's on the camera is looking. They're most likely looking at that front gate while we're going up in the guard tower.
Well,
Oh,
I can do that already.
And
I can just
what's that?
I can just dominate these guys. If we roll a van up, I can dominate them and tell them to let me pass, and then bring the van right up to the front. If that's what you want to do.
that's assuming though that they don't immediately have some kind of sensor that shows you for what you are and then open fire.
That is true.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, I feel like that they probably, if they're going to put that technology anywhere, they're going to put it where they're screening people coming in and out.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
you know, there's no
All right, forget that.
technical leader of this, but I feel like that's not worth the risk.
Okay,
And I'm gonna stay
I
in the
think
car
she's
because I'm not any use in combat other than dominating people, and it takes eye contact.
Mhm.
It's not something that's very easily done.
She would be super helpful with the with dominate. Can it, you ask them? You can forcefully ask them questions, right? Who's got the? Because that's what we're gonna need
No,
somebody to
not
be able
really.
to grab one of these.
Not really. If you tell, okay,
So
so
who's got the
because you
power
give
to
with
do that?
dominate, you give a direct order, and then they so they go through with that direct order. So if your direct order is uh tell me where you live, then they look up at you with glazed eyes and say, where you live.
So who has the truth telling the
That's
power?
presence. It's presence.
Who has that?
I don't.
Nobody.
I don't think anybody does.
Oh, I thought one of us had the one where we because how did we didn't we force one of them to tell us stuff? I thought we had that.
No. You
Okay.
you might have like physically forced them to tell you stuff or threatened them to tell you stuff or something. I don't know. But none
Never
of you
mind.
guys can like tell if something's true or force someone to speak the truth or even like just meet somebody and convince them that you're absolute best friends and you'd never lie to you. That's all presence.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
and insight.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's do this.
Yeah, and she don't have presence either. She's also domination. So. You guys don't have any
So
Toreador friends.
Mila goes up. Hey, Mila, if you're hungry, feed on the the first guard you knock out.
Yep.
Well, I can't. I don't want to feed on one that's poisoned, right?
Oh, it's
No,
your
this is
blood.
well.
It's your blood.
But it doesn't have poison in their system.
No, it's
now?
yours. It's your blood. Your blood is the poison.
Oh,
You didn't. Your blood didn't become poison. You poisoned
So
it
you're
with your
immune to
blood.
it.
oh, okay. Well, that's
Your
a good
blood
idea
is
then.
poisonous. It causes
Yeah. So if you
paralysis.
guys get hungry, feed on these fuckers as you go up, as we tear through the facility. So the
Okay.
second you knock that dude out, right,
Yeah,
we're hot on your heels. We're going right up immediately.
got it. Okay.
Okay, so start your sneakies. You come to that 4-foot
Start.
fence. How are you gonna get over this 4-foot high barbed wire fence?
By the way, Hector's activating potence, prowess too, rather.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a rouse check for that. Yeah, I gotta
Yes.
go rouse check.
Okay, Mila, how do you get over this little barbed wire fence?
Damn it, hungry.
You guys are sucking at your rouse checks tonight.
We're doing bad at most.
Is there anything I can
rolls.
if I have Ray?
I didn't hear you. What?
Is there anything that I can like climb on or anything? Because I have cat's grace.
You can, yeah, you can. Okay, so this barbed wire fence is 3 strands with like little barbs rolled around them. So yeah, you can with cat's grace, you can just step on it, climb it up. You know, you step on the bottom, step on the second, step on the top. You don't fall off. You have perfect balance. Jump off. You're fine. Cat's grace, you had no problem getting over that. You didn't have to worry about getting scratched, which I mean isn't a big deal either. But no, you couldn't jump over it, but you just climbed up and went on. You know, you don't have any problem tightrope walking at all.
Okay.
Magically at all, you have 100% perfect balance at all times.
Cool. Without a rat.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so you start coming up to the tower. So the tower has a camera on all 4 corners. So as you're coming up on it, if you're coming up on it from the side, so there's a camera on both of the 2 corners, and they have a slight swivel to them.
Okay.
So if you
And
want to
then
try and time it and move in, do you have any kind of celerity to give yourself any kind of extra speed at all?
no,
Okay.
I just have cat's grace, and then I do have the like move around. I mean the where my footsteps I can't be heard and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have anything other than that.
Okay. So tell me what your plan is. The swivel on these cameras is made to make it extremely difficult to slip in between with human speed. They're meant to cover the space and not let people get through. But they're also not
Okay.
expecting someone to come to the tower.
On my head, I was thinking of rousing by blood, but no.
Mhm.
So I guess I'm just gonna try my best to go
Okay.
as quick as
We
I
are going
can.
to have you make a dexterity and athletics. Dexterity and athletics roll.
Super. I'm
You
good
could
at that.
maybe do something. No, I think athletics is the best because this is going to be about taking quick sprints, and so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dexterity and athletics.
Okay. So I think I have to do athletics with it. Okay. 2 out of 3?
Yep. And your hunger is so high that you can't make any reroll. Okay. Well, no alarm is going off.
Alright.
Okay, and you get to the tower.
Okay.
It has 4 steel posts, one on each corner. You can climb up one of these steel posts and get to the floor level of the tower, and then there's like a little 3-foot wall going around it, and then open space where open space windows where that you can climb through. So you'll need to climb up this.
Okay. I will climb up.
Okay, just with normal human powers.
Yeah. I mean, I can't ride my butt or
All right,
anything.
make me a strength
And
and
I,
athletics roll. You only need 1 success. It's really not that difficult to climb. You wouldn't need any successes if you were someone who like regularly did athletic stuff.
I got
Okay,
one.
you got it. Okay, so you climb up and you slowly raise your invisible head over the wall and you see the guy. And
Okay.
he's got binoculars with a green lens on them and he's just scanning out of the desert. He doesn't notice you.
Okay. Is he walking or is he just standing still?
He's just standing still.
Okay. So then, I'm gonna try and like get up there where I'm most behind him,
Okay.
and then sneak. My plan is to sneak up behind him and then just kind of jab him in the back. Is he wearing? What is he wearing? Is he wearing like a vest?
He
and
is
stuff?
wearing army fatigues, light battle armor.
Okay, so I probably want to just poke him in the neck then, because I want to make sure it
Okay,
gets
well,
him.
you need to make a stealth check. You have a
Okay.
very low difficulty because you're invisible. You need to make a stealth check,
Mhm.
which is pretty much just representing how quiet you are.
Is
It's
it
going to be
just stealth?
stealth, and dexterity. No, you got 3 successes. You're good. The beast only matters if you fail. You only needed 1 success because you're invisible. You just needed to not fuck up.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have had you roll, except that this is an interesting place if you did fuck up. So
Mhm.
okay, so yeah, and I'm not gonna make you roll for stabbing him in the neck either. So you stab him with the knife. He gets paralyzed and passes out. He doesn't make any sound. You can feed from him if you want.
I will. I'm considering how far I want to do it.
Takes a couple of minutes for every point you take, unless you don't care about his life.
I don't.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think logically about it. I guess I'll just drink one.
Okay.
Well, he's already out cold, right?
Yep.
And 2 points would be
2 points should not be life-threatening.
okay. Then I'm gonna do 2 first.
It will make him like 1 point would make you tipsy like you're drunk. 2 points makes you unconscious. You need to sleep.
Right. He's unconscious anyway.
Right. 3 points is where you will sleep or you need the hospital. 4 points you need hospital. 5 points you are already dead. There's nothing
I'll
left
just
if
do.
you take 5.
I'll do 2 from him.
Okay.
Since he.
Yeah, so he should not die from that. Only if he has like some kind of rare blood disease or something. Oh my god,
But
you
I'm.
feel so much better.
Yeah,
While
but I'm.
she's feeding, like, did she signal us that he's out before she started feeding?
I don't know. Did you signal them in any way before you started feeding?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking, because that's a long 2 minutes, especially we're worried about them quickly, realizing. So every minute counts. So, all right. So the second she signals us, I tap everybody behind me. I'm like, let's go. So I'm running I'm just leaping right over I'm hurtling the fence, basically, get to the bottom of the guard tower, jump up as far, like halfway up the tower, and then, pull my way up.
Okay, and Craig is gonna go as a wolf, or are you just gonna run
Yeah.
with him? You're gonna go as a wolf?
Yeah, he's gonna go on a wolf. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me do a rouse check. Good.
I'm sorry. I forgot to ask Bright. Okay, are you good getting over that fence? You need me to boost you
No,
over?
it's just a little fence. I'll be fine. I got on
Okay.
armor.
All right, cool.
I mean, it's gonna
Hunger
take me.
Games.
So-
It's gonna take me 30 seconds longer than you, but yeah, it's just
Wait, Krieg, you're shifting into a wolf before you get
climbing up the thing.
No, he's like he stayed back when
Let's do this. How about this? I run up to the front of the fence. I lace my fingers together, and both of these fuckers can step on my hand. I'm gonna throw them over the fence.
yeah, okay, that works better.
With your potence
All right.
activated, you
Yeah.
can just knock over that fence. You could just knock over one of the
No, I
one of the
don't want.
posts,
I don't
or
want
you
to do
could
that.
just you could grab the
No.
barbed wire and just rip it in half. Like
I
you're
don't.
opening
I'd
a
rather
bag
not
of
because
chips.
it might cause. Yeah, but that might cause more. I just don't want no breaks in
Okay,
the fence.
yeah. So you're just gonna help
I
people
just
over.
lightly. That just yeah. It makes it super easy. They step on my hand and I launch them over. Not too hard, but
Yeah.
enough so they clear it.
Okay, so Craig, you don't need to turn into a wolf to avoid the fence, so it's up to you if you still want to do it yet. We
Yeah,
can take that
I'll
back.
go in person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll take that back. And you help Bright get over real easy, and Jack stayed,
Yep.
and what's her face stayed in case you need help talking your way out.
Yep.
And then Jessica's in the back poking butterflies or whatever it is she's seeing. She's seeing tiny little butterfly elephants flying around.
Hey, actually, I'm going to use the same technique to help them get up the side of that. Like
Okay.
so
Yeah,
now, I'm
launch 'em.
really going to launch them as hard as launch them and
Okay.
have them grab onto something.
Okay. So
And
what are you
every
guys
time I
doing?
launch them, I'm going to.
Are the three of you, including Bright, attempting at all to avoid the security cameras, or are you just going to go as fast as possible?
Attempt to avoid.
Okay.
Yeah, void.
Okay. So this is
But
going to be
again, those cameras those cameras are up high, like trained at the base of the guard tower,
yeah.
though, right? Or
No, they're not trained
because
at the
once
base of the guard tower. They're trained out. So that once you get close to the guard tower, you're much more safe. The closer you get to the guard tower. So the problem is more in the distance.
I'm just thinking if I'm launching them up, can I launch them in a way that avoids the cameras?
Yes, we're
So
worrying about crossing the distance as you approach the tower. Once you're at the tower, you'll be able to
okay,
launch them up with no problem.
okay,
Yeah, the
all right, let's
cameras are
do it.
not looking down at the bottom of the tower. They're looking out at
Okay,
the desert around the tower. So that's where you guys, all three of you, I'm going to assume that Bright passes because his athletics is good. In fact, I think that Hector probably passes too. What is Craig's athletics?
Athletics is I don't think he has it. No, he doesn't have any. One.
Okay, so you have one athletics and one dexterity.
Yep.
Okay, you can
also
go
I'm
ahead and make.
activating fleetness.
All right, cool.
I'll do a
Go for
rouse
it.
check.
And
So it adds 2 to my
Craig needs to
dexterity.
make dexterity and athletics, and you realize as you're running across the field that you are the most likely to get noticed by these by the cameras. That you are the least useful in this athletic situation. So if you want to rouse your blood to get 2 extra dice on that roll, you can.
Sure. How do I rouse the bell? I just put the blood
You
rouse.
make a
dice
rouse
thing?
check, and then you'll roll with +2.
Okay. Rouse check.
Hungrier. What's your hunger at?
Yeah, dude. We all keep getting hungry.
Yeah. Even Craig's fake wolf form was hungrier. Everything's hungrier. Good thing this building's full of humans.
It doesn't do Craig any good.
What? So now you want to roll your dexterity and athletics. And where it asks what your modifier is, put +2.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah, you did great. You
It
did
was-
like the same that Bright did. You were able to keep pace with him, and he was like, "Hold, and then let's go." Okay, so yeah, all 4 of you guys made it across the field without being for sure noticed. They might have noticed you, and they're like gathering up at the tower or something, but none of you were like, "Oh shit, they saw me," and no alarms went off. Okay,
Oh, I forgot to ask. There's no like they don't have guard dogs or anything like that on the space.
not that you see.
Okay.
So we're all at the top, right?
Yeah, and since there's no one to worry about sneaking around, yeah, Hector tosses people up, and then they climb up the rest of the way. Hector climbs up, and yet all 4 of you guys are up here now. So
Do
across
we want?
what?
Do you want me to take a minute and do a blade now? Because I'm not as hungry.
Yes,
In case you need it.
Bright hands you his knife again.
Okay. And then my other question. Well, let's see what happens. Yay!
That we're gonna need the feed from these people and create blades and all that stuff, but every single minute counts now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're gonna figure out we're on. We don't want
Just-
to. We gotta hit them before they can.
If we have easy ways for. I mean, you can just punch people and knock them out, but I don't know if he can. So that
Yeah.
at least you can at least poke them. So I think it's but we're good. He
Yeah, no,
has
I'm
that.
just saying. Let's all keep that in mind because I'm feeling pretty hungry, and but I may not stop to feed just because that's an extra minute that's gonna get dragged.
All right. Well, he has a poison, so that's good. All right.
Okay.
So what's the plan?
So you guys walk across the bridge that leads to the building, to the 3rd floor of the building.
Mhm.
There is a metal fire door, and it has an electronic lock with a keypad. You know
Is it?
what?
It's
No,
a.
it has an electronic lock with a swipe card. I'm gonna be more lenient for you guys.
Okay.
All right. Hector says I'll be right back, and he fucking hauls ass back over to the dude,
Yeah,
the knocked
dude
out
with his
dude.
swipe card. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And you swipe it, and the door opens. All right. Yeah, you guys have a friend in the game master.
I'm friend. We were gonna can, but no.
Okay, so it opens up into a hallway, and it's just. Oh, I actually have a picture, though my picture was more the 1st floor. But whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is
Oh,
how
okay.
it looks inside.
Yeah.
So you've got a couple
Um.
of doors on your right side, couple of doors on your left side. There's no like info station or anything in front because like no secretary office in front to help you determine where to go because you're not supposed to enter from this place.
Am I
Let's
sort of
go.
did it go away from like feeding and making the blood
Did
knife
what
and
go
stuff?
away? You're
Being
invisible?
invisible.
Nah. I mean, sure it did, but you put it back on, and I'm not gonna make you roll.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
now Craig is gonna have to transform, so this way he can try maybe smell out.
Okay.
Let me do a browse check for that.
Okay. Hungrier.
Oh
Craig turns
gosh.
into a wolf. All of his clothes just meld into fur. And you are immediately hit with the smell of chemicals.
Oh,
This place is
And it just-
washed, is kept clean a lot. And it hasn't been very long since they mopped the floor. Pretty much all
Ooh.
you're smelling is chemicals.
Well, can I walk by the doors and like sniff at the base? Maybe a scent went by there.
Yeah. Make
Nearby
a
doors.
wits and awareness roll, and you get +2.
Wits and awareness. So second attribute. +2, right?
Yes. All right, you got 5 successes. Yeah, you can smell that there are some people that cross through this hallway. There's some people that go in and out of this door. Some, quite a few before it was cleaned, and a few after. There are some people around. In fact, you smell that
Which door?
you're just a door. It doesn't look exact. The inside of the building looks like this. So it's like the first door that comes up on you guys' right as you're moving down the hallway. And you smell,
Okay.
and there is a person in there. You're 100% sure that there is a person inside that room.
Are there cameras in this hallway that we need to be avoiding, or?
Probably.
None in the picture.
No, there's none in the picture. No. There's not a camera.
Why would they
in
need
this
cameras
hallway.
inside? They're secure.
Yeah, there is not a camera that you notice in this hall.
Okay.
Okay, so
You know what? No,
for
that's
the
stupid. There is a camera in here. It's behind you. It's behind you. It is over the door you guys just entered from.
Did it see us, or is there a way to avoid it?
No, there's not going to be a way to avoid it.
Okay, so now
Yeah,
we're
well,
really on the
You can
clock.
break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just use your sniffer and lead us where you think we should go, I guess.
Okay, so you guys break the camera, or do you just let it see you?
Fuck. All right, I jump up and punch it.
Just for frustration's sake.
Yeah, it goes flying down the
I
hall.
mean,
It
all right.
ricochets off
Hey,
the walls.
all right,
Bang, bang, bang. Okay.
Yeah. So then I'd say to the group, the timer starts now.
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
So the person in the room, does it smell like a vampire, or does it? Like, do vampires have specific smells?
No.
Oh.
If anything, they lack a lot of smells because they no longer produce body odor or sweat.
Okay, so the person inside there does smell more like normal human at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you'll go on to the next door.
I can go ahead and reveal the secret. This building is part of the Second Inquisition and is full of humans that are trying to study and kill vampires. Yeah. The secret is out.
We're in total shock.
So yeah, there is
I
a
guess
human inside that door. Probably.
Okay, so I guess we just keep going down until either there's a scent that kind of like stands out, or like we see something different.
All right, you move down the hallway and you come to a perpendicular hallway cross. So you can go straight, or you can go left, or you can go right.
Let's go straight.
Okay, you go straight. The hallway is looking like a mirror copy of the hallway you just came from, and there is a metal fire door that probably leads to the other tower.
I guess left.
Okay, so
Sounds
basically, do you want to go towards the front of the building or the back of the building?
Back.
Back.
Okay. All right, so you're heading down a hallway leading towards the back of the building. You pass by a door. You hear a couple of voices inside. They're just chit-chatting like stupid nonsense. Like, I don't know. They're talking about a TV show. What's something that was going on in January?
Mask.
Squid Game.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. They're talking about the Squid Games.
There's not like a map on the wall that like indicates like rooms or, like a fire escape where you can see the rooms or anything like that? A fire plan?
You do see a fire stairs sign on one of these doors.
And do we know did anybody ever give us any information about where she was?
Nope.
Not at all. Okay.
Nope. You were told she's in the bunker, and then you found this building by following Jessica's fever dreams.
In
Basically.
the bunker.
She just went crazy and started seeing a big ass green flashing sign that said Emily and pointed.
This building.
And eventually that sign went away, and instead she was seeing a directional erect penis instead of a speedometer, and you guys found the rest of it that way, off of a.
Hey yo.
Mm-hmm.
So bunker, we're thinking.
Then when you turned around, the needle for the directional instead of the speedometer turned completely down and was pointing behind. So like, yep, she's that way. So that's what your information is. That, and Jones said that she's in a box in the bunker.
So the bunker implies underground. Let's take those stairs and go down.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay, you guys go down. You come to the second floor. It keeps going down if you want to go down more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I
Keep
got
on
a
rocking.
question.
It keeps going down.
Go
Basement.
down.
It keeps going down.
Mm-hmm.
Basement 2. It keeps going down.
Let's do it.
Basement 3.
For the doors, just one question though. Are the doors, since it's just a bunch of humans in there, are they locked?
You tried opening a door? Or you want to try the next door you see? You want to go back in time and
Yeah,
open
I
the door
guess.
before the staircase?
Let's get to the one we're trying to get into. Because we've got a swipe. I've got a swipe card. So,
Oh yeah.
but I don't want to use it until you get to the to the door we're trying to pass through.
Oh well, I mean, Craig can't communicate this, but if he starts letting people out and they're like prisoners and they just start rushing out, wouldn't that be a good distraction?
None of these rooms look like they're jails.
Oh, never mind then. Let's keep going.
They just look like office rooms in an office building, kind
of. Oh, okay.
Never mind. They look like how it looks in the picture. I mean, I suppose there could be some cells inside there. Okay, so yeah, it went down to basement 3.
Okay, let's go through that.
All right, you open the door. There's only one door. It is not locked.
All right, let's open it.
Okay. Inside, the building still looks the same. The hallway, it still looks like this. And there is an empty desk in front.
Hey, by the way, anytime I see cameras, I'm kicking them or knocking them off.
Okay.
I'm like punching them.
There's a camera right above your head as you leave the staircase.
I'm punching it.
Okay.
All right. Empty desk.
Yep, there's an empty desk, like where a secretary would sit. There is a coffee cup, and there is steam coming out of the coffee cup.
Mm-hmm.
Do I smell it?
There's no box.
You smelled coffee.
Okay.
Is there what, Lynn?
There's not like a box or a coffin or anything like that.
No.
We have to move fast. Mila, can you move ahead invisibility wise, and I'll sneak and run down the hallway. Same thing, all of us. Just move fast and knock anybody out you see.
Okay. So behind that desk is a hallway with 3 doors on the left and 3 doors on the right, 1 door straight down. So there are 7 doors.
All right. Can I listen to the third door to the first?
These doors have name plaques.
Oh. Okay.
So the first door on the left says whatever, I don't remember what Garcia's first name is, but is Garcia's office.
Is there any sound coming from in there?
You hear some typing and some rustling of papers.
Oh shit. What are the other? Just before we bust in there, what are the other doors say? What's the other nameplate say?
Then on the same side, on the left side, the same side where after Garcia's room is Baker's office and Time's office. Thyme. On the other side, on the right side, the first office. I don't know. I never gave this guy. It's just a name. It doesn't mean anything to you. The second office is just a name. It doesn't mean anything to you. And the third office says Dr. whatever Argyle. I don't remember his first name either.
Yeah, it's going there.
Okay.
What does that middle one say? Does it say anything?
It doesn't say anything. Oh,
All right.
it says like I don't know what it would say, but high security or you can't, basically it's telling employees they can't go in there.
Does it need? Oh,
Okay. So
And it has a key swipe and a keypad. It has both a keypad lock and a swipe. Like you're supposed to swipe the card and enter your number.
fuck.
You think it would be in any of these offices?
let's go get Argyle. and do it.
Okay. So you're gonna bust into Argyle's room?
That's my opinion.
These doors are- Oh, so I'm gonna like put my finger to my lips, because and kind of keep it to a whisper, like
Mhm.
hey, these doors look like they might be locked from the inside, so we may have to try to lure these people out.
How tough are the doors? Would Hector be able to rip it off the hinges?
Yeah, Hector can rip them off the hinges.
Oh, I can kick them in. Okay.
In his current state, yeah. At least that is the
okay.
appearance. It is possible that they're more reinforced than they appear to be, but no, they look like in your super strength state you can get through them.
Okay. All right. So this is what Hector's here. I said, look, here's the plan. Wait. So how many of us is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
Yes.
Bright, me, Jimmy, Milo. Okay.
Yes.
We know Baker's not in his office.
Mhm.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna say, Mila, here's what I'm gonna bust down Argyle's door, right, and then you immediately run in there and incapacitate him, or whatever, just get him taken down, neutralized, or ready, whatever, because we're gonna need to interrogate him soon. As soon as I bust his down, I'm busting down Garcia's door. Knight, I need you to take him out. Just incapacitate him. Greg, I want you to just sit in the center of the hallway and wait to pounce on whoever is. He's in wolf form right now, right?
Yes.
All right, so if anybody busts out of any of these other doors, you and I need to quickly incapacitate those people. All right? Sound good?
Okay.
Mhm.
Gives a
Plan
nod.
is made. Hector gets ready to kick in the door, and a siren goes off. And that's where we're going to stop.
Oh.
Oh man.
So you guys' time is... Well, I'm not going to say it's out, but someone noticed that hey, where the fuck happened to my cameras? Yeah.
He came back from the
No.
You're actually kind of lucky you got this far. I've
true.
been waiting for the exact right moment, and it's like, yeah, right here where you guys stop to explain what you're going to do. Yeah, that's the perfect time. Okay.
Well, this game went fast.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We still, I think we took a long time to formulate this plan.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I didn't
when
even,
it was pretty obvious.
Honestly, I should have made you work in real time on your formulation of plans because you were kind of role playing it in real time. But I was like, nah, it's all right. So you guys did like 30 minutes of real life planning in what should have been 30 minutes of in-game planning, but I let it be more like 10 minutes. Because you guys, you're fighting the clock, and plus in real life, none of us are fucking Well, I
Yes.
guess you kind of are a little
Computers.
bit, but none of us are like tactical. Like this is the plan to break into the
We got
building.
2 of us actually.
Yeah.
Nick probably has a good amount of tactical
Yeah,
training.
yeah, he probably does too. Okay. So yeah, so this is where we'll stop
Mhm.
and we will open with the siren is starting to go off, so you guys probably have minutes if not seconds before you're going to be facing somebody.
Yeah.
And plus
I've-
So tactically, I'm
Garcia
so
or
out of
at least
character now.
somebody is in Garcia's office like 8 feet away. So, yeah.
All right, well, yeah, we're about to unleash a can and whoop ass on whoever that is,
Yeah.
siren or not. At this point,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yeah.
not a lot of time.
Yeah,
to
pretty much the
react.
siren just meant, "Oh, stealth mode's over." Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been over since I punched that camera. I think.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it took
sure.
so, somebody was playing on his phone for the last couple of minutes and looks up and is like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
The
I mean,
cameras are out.
there wasn't a good alternative though. Like the alternative of looks on camera sees 2 people, one with a knife and a wolf.
And a wolf, yeah.
Right. That was why
Like,
I'm wondering whether that was a good decision. Like Hector, I just went with what Hector would do.
No,
Even when
no, you
when I'm
didn't
making
have a
these
good
decisions,
Your best decision
I try
would
to
have
act
been
rashly
that
anyway.
Mila doesn't get tracked by security and could just go in here at her leisure.
Yeah,
yeah.
That
exactly.
would have
That's what I was figuring.
if
I'm
you
like,
guys had
somebody's
the
gonna
perfect
notice
set
us.
of skills, that was it. You didn't have that. I think what you're doing is probably your best choice. Either that or to fucking charge the van into the side of the building and jump out and kill everybody.
Yes. Yeah. But
Yeah.
something tells me that we might lose that fight.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if we didn't completely lose that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like honestly, like if it was like if it was just a choice of like brutally killing everybody in the facility,
Mm-hmm.
like I would take the humanity stain for that to save Emily.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we'd succeed necessarily.
No,
Yeah.
you'll kill quite a few people before they get their incendiary
Mm,
rounds
it's-
loaded. But
Yeah, but oof. Once they are loaded,
yeah.
ugh,
So, oh
it's
wow,
basically
so they,
Okay. Well,
you know,
experience for everybody.
cool. Alright. I'll add mine myself.
I'm gonna
Let's
have to
see.
come up with something that can happen to to make sure that Jack is involved in in the shit that's going down. So maybe I'll
What is everybody's total experience at? Mine just went to 40.
yeah, it should be somewhere around
you're
there.
ahead of me.
Went to 39.
Wait, yours went to 39?
Yeah, but
You
I
should
missed
be
last.
ahead of me.
Yeah,
No,
because
I
he's
missed
missed.
last. I think
Jack
I've
has
missed two.
two. You guys should be
I'm
really
like
close
2
to the same.
behind. So
Because
Mila,
the
I think
last
you're
2 weeks we didn't play without you, so you didn't miss those.
So it brings
yeah,
me
but
to 42.
yeah, Milo, you should be at 40.
I've missed 2 sessions.
Oh, you did as
I've
well? Well, then you should be going up to 40 then.
I've only
Oh.
missed one, and I have 42 total experience.
Okay.
So if
guys-
Mila's only missed 2, then she should have 41.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I know for sure I've missed 2. Only 2.
Have I missed 3 then?
Maybe I don't know. We've been doing this for over a year now. It's
I
been
mean,
a
it's
long time.
fine.
I
I
can't
just wanted to
remember a
see where
year
everybody
ago.
was
I remember
Yeah.
some of the
Yeah.
scenes we played, but I can't remember who was there and who wasn't.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say tactically, you guys are in a very rough scenario. Hence why I was very apprehensive to the idea of even attempting it.
You absolutely made the
Yeah.
right decision to go down to the bottom because that's where Argyle's lab is. That's where she
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I would love to.
I mean, that just makes sense. Like, because
Yeah.
they can't, bust out a window
Mm-hmm.
if they're on the basement
Yeah,
floor.
I'm glad we didn't stop at each one of these rooms with humans in them and start,
Yeah.
I feel like that would have slowed us down and the alarm would have gone off a lot sooner.
There would have been a chance
Yeah.
of someone just sounding an alarm instead of waiting for this guy to look up from his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pro tip for using elevators: if you hold the close button, it'll just go past and go like straight to the floor you want. So just like, hey, let's go back up to the floor we need to go to, like 3rd floor or whatever, and then it just stops on the first with all. I don't know if
Really?
that'd
I
work.
didn't know. Is this a real life thing for real? Like, so if I want to,
I've
if I
heard
get
that
on
for
an
some
elevator.
elevators.
Oh
I don't
wow,
know.
I think it's
that's
supposed
cool.
to be
That
like
would
for emergency services.
that would allow anybody to just hold it and then fuck the next people.
Never stop.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think it's
I don't think
supposed to
that's the
be
case.
used. It
Maybe
may
in
not be, but
service elevators or something, but not in public elevators. So anyway, it might work
I've
here.
I've I've heard it's meant to be used in cases of emergency services so that they can like rush someone down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It may not be true. I've heard it from someone else, so I can't vouch for its authenticity.
I don't think so, because people would do that all the damn time. I see people holding the door close button, but they're just holding
Maybe
it to
you
close
have
the damn door instead of having it sit there open
Yeah.
and nobody's entering the elevator. Especially
Well,
during our period where only 4 people could be in the elevator.
yeah.
Maybe you
Couldn't
have to
hurt to
have
try.
The key in
for
there?
it to work. You know how you can put a key in the
Yeah,
elevator?
maybe
There's
if
a
you
key.
put the key in there and you hold it down, it might take you.
That sounds more legitimate.
I don't know.
It's a shame we're
But
scared
yeah,
of
I would
fire.
not want to be. I would not want to be in your guys' because I mean you're on the bottom, like you're in a basement level of a multi-story building.
But full of
Don't
vampire
Yeah,
hunters.
full
know the layout. Yeah, exactly.
this is needs to happen fast. You
Yeah,
get the
yeah,
fuck
it
out of
does.
there.
Yeah. Like the only
I hope-
advantage that you have is the chaos of the situation. So hopefully you can move quick and they won't be able to like everybody get on board of like hopefully there's not an intercom that's going to be saying like all the vampires are on the bottom floor, stack up on all elevators.
Yep.
Well,
And hopefully
Yeah.
there's not a technocracy wizard inside that Argyle door right there.
Oh, so that was what I was going to ask. Actually, like, do we remember last time Argyle took
No,
off?
you guys
we didn't
don't know
catch him,
he's
like,
a mage. No.
Oh, we don't know that.
No, I told you
Okay.
that just to freak
It
you
should
out. I told you that and to give you the explanation as to why he just took off. They went out.
And I
They
never-
went out to the van to give you guys a few minutes to discuss amongst yourselves. Your discussion amongst yourselves was to fucking kill him. They took off, and it's because he was watching you with magic tech.
Well,
Did we say kill him, or I thought we were just gonna feed on him?
Well, whatever.
And mind
He was
wipe him or
like,
something.
nah, these guys suck.
These guys suck. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
'cause
mean,
all right. See, if I knew he was a mage,
No, you guys don't
I would
know. And I
approach
don't
him a
think
little
that-
differently.
I don't think that any of any of the one mage that you've met told you about it, and I don't think he really knows either. But even if he knows, I don't think he told you.
But I do know how he tastes.
You do know what?
I do know how mages taste,
Yes, you do.
but I haven't gotten
Does
to
that
like
translate to sense of smell or no?
No,
For her.
it's only blood taste.
Okay.
She has to taste it. It's not scent. It's like a magical tasting thing. Has to do with vampires and tasting.
Yeah.
This is gonna get real interesting real fast.
Yeah.
Wait, so
I think as
are
far
there any
as
elevators?
scent goes, like, because you guys do have a wolf, I'm pretty sure a human and a mage are gonna smell exactly the same. The human and vampire.
This is about to be
exactly the same because, like I said, vampires don't have body odor or any of that good shit. So.
This is about to be a Jack Bauer style investigation.
Yep.
Where is she?
With the ticking clock.
And then we'll start ripping fingers and toes off.
Mm-hmm.
One at a time. I'm gonna ask you again. Oh god. Oh my god.
Yep. We're gonna have a good time.
Jeez.
Okay.
Well, at least we won't be stuck planning the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
Especially if Jessica's
Also,
here next time. And
one of us may end up getting
she
turned into a
usually
toad.
is,
None of
then
them
I
know
need to
he's
come
fucking
up
me.
with something to happen outside of the fan, so that you two guys have something to do.
Distraction.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, because right now there's a bunch of cutscenes to Jack like sitting on his back, playing on his phone, showing his
Checking
thumb,
his phone.
bouncing a tennis ball against the side.
Yeah.
Against the side of the van.
Yeah.
No,
it's-
he's looking at He's looking through a sniper rifle, so he's just like observing
Yeah,
the
he
compound,
is.
but I don't think he sees anything.
Yeah, it's me looking through my sniper rifle, just being very anxious and waiting, just like, God, I hope this goes
Oh well,
well.
yeah. You hear the sirens go off, and then also there are like some alert, flashy red lights that
Yep,
are
and I'm
going
just
off
like,
around the
well, I guess I'm gonna wait.
I knew
Okay.
at some point an alarm's going off.
Wait,
Let's cut the.
Bright know about mages?
Do you know about mages? I really doubt it. You're like 2 months old and
Oh.
don't know about it. Damn
Oh,
thing.
Bright.
Oh, Bright. You asked
But
Bright if
Bright.
he knows about mages?
No,
I
we have
mean,
no
I wouldn't
reason to
ask
ask
him.
him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask him that. But I'm just
No.
curious if he would know, like, a mage if he bumped into one.
He probably knows a little bit. He's been through some shit.
Yeah.
But it's not really that kind of shit. So he probably most of his knowledge will be rumor.
Ah.
Vampires and mages don't really have too much world mixing.
They don't cross the same path.
Vampires and
Don't
werewolves have a
cross the
lot more
streams.
world mixing, and that's mostly because werewolves think all vampires are horrible beings that need to be destroyed.
How do werewolves see mages?
They see them as nature's rapists who steal the power of Gaia right out of her soul.
Oh well,
Wow.
Jesus
that might be
Okay.
worse.
Yeah.
That sounds
could be
like worse. That's
Uh-huh.
worse than nature's
Yeah.
rapist.
That's not a good
See,
label.
the werewolves have the. You guys remember when we were working on werewolf? They have their cairns with the full of the the
Right.
spiritual energy, and this is where they live and they do all of their rituals and they do all their stuff, and their whole purpose is to protect these cairns from the worm coming to destroy it. Then you remember when we were making mage characters, and the mages had their nodes of power, and they drew energy out of their nodes of power. Yeah, well, those are the same thing.
Oh
So
Oh
shit.
no.
yeah, so no,
Oh, so
werewolves
they're
have
actually competing for the same resource?
yeah. Well, werewolves are trying to protect it, and the mages are trying to
Use it.
Use it.
consume it. Yeah, use it. Now
Oh,
there
so
are
they
some. There are the dream speakers, the mage dream speakers, get along fairly well with a couple of the werewolf clans. Well, not
Huh.
well. I mean, werewolf tribes. That they're like the only mages that actually get along with the werewolves.
So there's actually a more natural antagonism between mages and werewolves than werewolves and vampires in terms of
but there's there's like 10 times more vampires than mages.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do the
they're
werewolves
mostly
get
going to be
along with
focusing on
anybody?
us.
Yeah. And plus, vampires are easy. You guys smell of the worm to them, so it's real easy. Look, there's the fucking bad guys.
Oh wait, we smell of this evil
Yeah.
thing that's supposed to destroy the universe.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys read.
That doesn't surprise me.
I wonder if it looks like the thing in Dune.
It's just a what's the planet?
Big sandworm. It
Space
has a
worm.
name.
They
The big one.
the
big one in
worm
Dune has a name.
has a big sandworm. In fact, oh fuck, what's it called? I'm gonna look it up. Well, let me stop the recording. They don't get to hear us talk about
Oh yeah,
it.
that's right. I forgot.
Stop recording.